This is our Education 4322 YouTube project brought to you by
Allison Blakely
and Lance Jones.
Competency 5 covers that the teacher knows how to establish a classroom climate that fosters learning, equality, and excellence, and uses this knowledge to create a physical and emotional environment that is safe and productive.
That's right. It's very important for a beginning teacher to establish a classroom climate that emphasizes collaboration and supportive interactions between the students. Respect for diversity and individual difference is very important to have in a classroom. For a teacher that's first beginning, it is very important to have a high level of enthusiasm so students maintain active engagement.
It is important that a classroom provides enough space for students to get up and move throughout the lessons. There should be adequate space for students to present ideas and presentations in front of the class, participate in role-playing activities, and allow students the freedom to move that is conducive to their learning.
The desk arrangements in the class can be varied based on the day's activities and objectives. A U-shaped format is effective for a discussion or debate-based class. It is also helpful to have this format on your normal day-to-day classes, as all the students are close enough together for a discussion and to watch the teacher as they are presenting. Group desks are convenient to cooperative learning and group projects.
Cooperative learning significantly enhances student engagement and retention, as well as critical thinking skills. Students enjoy cooperative learning exercises because they get to work together towards one single goal. They also receive more support from their peers to further their understanding of information.
As we've mentioned, desk arrangement can be very helpful in differentiating the way students learn and differentiating instruction. For instance, if a student is struggling to learn in a group environment, their desk can be placed away from the others to eliminate these distractions. It is important for teachers to find various ways to arrange their classroom. Here's a slide with several ideas to keep in mind.
Visual reinforcements can be an effective way to enhance student learning, as well as create a more positive classroom environment.
These visuals can help students remember key terms and events such as grammar rules, the Declaration of Independence, or the periodic table.
In addition, class roles can also be displayed as a reminder of expected classroom behaviors, which helps create a more desirable environment.
That's right, Allison. Class rules are key components to the emotional environment. It is the class rules that reinforces positive interactions and respects diversity.
It is also a good idea to display student work. Publishing outstanding pieces of work is a form of positive reinforcement that can reward students, enhance the classroom environment, and add decoration to classroom walls.
Attention to the physical appearance of the classroom sends the message to the students and the parents that the teacher truly cares about the physical, social, and emotional climate that the students are learning in. In this picture, the teacher has created a hospitable, pleasant, uncluttered, and comfortable place in which to work. As you can see, all the students in the class are happily working together.
Along with the physical environment, it is also important to create a positive emotional environment. Attitudes are contagious in the classroom. If a teacher shows a lack of motivation and enthusiasm, the students will reflect this behavior. Also, if a teacher is lacking in these areas, students will not look forward to going to that class. This is why it is especially important for teachers to model positive behavior. Modeling occurs when students learn from observing the actions of others. Teachers can model elements of enthusiasm. Teachers who display enthusiasm for learning are also teaching enthusiasm.
How does a teacher teach with enthusiasm? One way is through their vocal delivery. As a teacher is up presenting their lesson, it is very important for them to use positive and uplifting words. It is also important for teachers to have many changes in their tone and pitch. Eye contact is very important in the classroom. Teachers should have their eyes shining, frequently open wide, and make eye contact with the entire group so that they feel that the teacher is individually communicating with them. Another way for teachers to model positive behavior while they're teaching their lesson is with body language and gestures. It is important while a teacher is up presenting a lesson to have frequent movements of the body, head, arms, hands, and different facial expressions. Whenever the teacher is moving with sweeping motions and clapping their hands and nodding their head, they're teaching with enthusiasm, which, as we discussed before, is the attitudes are contagious. So whenever the teacher is excited and showing a lot of enthusiasm for the lesson, so will the students. Teachers need to be accepting of ideas and feelings. If they can model this behavior, the students will also reflect it. It's important to accept ideas and feelings quickly with vigor and animation. Ready to accept and praise and encourage in varying your responses to your students.
Overall, a teacher's energy should be high and have a high degree of spirit and enthusiasm throughout the lesson, which will be contagious to students.
Allison, how are you going to utilize Competency 5 in your classroom?
As an English teacher, I plan to have a lot of discussions in my classroom. Therefore, I plan to use a desk arrangement that is helpful to that style. Also, cooperative learning will play a large role in analyzing text and writing responses. Additionally, I plan to help students improve their work by using verbal praise for their strengths paired with constructive criticism for improvement. Lastly, I plan to use visual reinforcements for ideas such as the plot diagram, punctuation rules, and guidelines for answering open-ended response questions. What about you, Lance?
Well, I'm going to be a history teacher, and I plan to have a lot of movement in my classroom. I think that a U-shaped desk arrangement will be best for some of the activities that I have in mind. To help students have a role in the classroom environment, I plan to have students help me establish classroom rules on the first day of school. Then I will display these rules on the classroom for the students to see. Competency 5 and establishing a healthy classroom environment is important for all teachers and all classrooms.